Hello Stampers, Rose Coleman, Canadian demonstrator, and I am back today to show you a card made again with the Stamparatus. And today I'm going to be using the Sweet Little Something stamp set. This is a stamp set that has just come out in the Occasions catalog, and it is a gorgeous stamp. How did they explain it? They explained it at the onstage that they are like a photo. So it's a three-step stamp, and once you actually stamp all three layers, it'll actually look like a photo. So it'll be that much real life. So let me just bring in my Stamparatus and show you how we're gonna set things up here. So with the Stamparatus, I've done in my previous video, showed you the two different plates, two different acrylic or plastic plates that sit into these grooves. So with a three-step stamp, you actually have so many surfaces with these plates because you can move them around and leave them, actually like put them in position and leave them there, so you can do multiples. So my team is getting ready, having a class tonight, so when they come over, I have these all positioned perfectly so they can quickly stamp this card that I'm going to demonstrate for you guys today. So let me get started and show you how we set this up. So with your Stamparatus, you're going to have your two magnets, which I've attached my washi tape to. I'm just going to move these off for a second and show you what I've got. So the Sweet Little Something stamp set is a photopolymer stamp set, so we do need our foam mat in place because there's no foam cushioning with those stamps, so we need that cushion. I'm going to bring in my oval, which I've cut with the oval's dies. I'm going to lay it down in the corner, and I'm going to hold it in place with a couple of magnets. Now I'm just going to put them right on the edge just to hold that cardstock down. And they're super, super strong, as you can hear with the snapping. I think that'll be okay. So the first step you want to do, I've already put my teddy bears on here, but I'm going to show you what I've got done. So how I did this was this is the more detailed one, this one right here. So this is the one that I want to stamp in my darkest color. Then I'm going to go to this one for my medium color, and then lastly I'll do my light color. So what I did was I laid my teddy bear down on my oval like that. That's how I want it to stamp. And then I bring my acrylic, I think they're acrylic, I'm calling them acrylic, plastic plate down, and I press it over the stamp, okay? So that allows it to stick, and then I can pull it back up. Now, I didn't have my magnet in the perfect spot because it did lift a little bit, so I'm just gonna move it over a little bit and see if I can still get it to stay down. I think I've actually got it too close to the edge. I'm just gonna move it off a little tiny smidge. Doesn't need to be that tight to the edge. You can stamp wherever you want. You can put your paper, cardstock wherever you want. I just thought it'd be easier to put it in the corner. So let's take a look. Yep, that'll be good. Actually, just gonna move it up a little bit. There we go. So once you get this positioned right the first time, you don't have to worry about it anymore. It'll always stay there. So that washi tape's wanting to fly over, so I'm just gonna flip my magnet around. Sorry, ladies and gentlemen. I'm just gonna get this set up properly, and then we are good to go, okay? There, okay, so that's where my bear is gonna stamp. So now we're ready to get started. So like I said, that detailed one, I wanna stamp with the darkest ink, which I'm gonna use Berry Burst for my card. So I've got my Berry Burst ink, and you can ink up your stamp like this. And then you wanna press firmly and make sure you get all of your sides, press all the way down and around. And then when you lift up, there's my darkest image. So I'm just gonna get rid of that ink for now. Now I wanna bring in my medium color, which is gonna be Sweet Sugarplum. And the medium image is actually, I'm gonna flip up my plate here. So when I loaded this up yesterday, I loaded it here, okay? So this is gonna be, I'm just gonna make sure that it's still lined up because I moved this one. So now because I moved that one, I have to make sure that this one lines up. So this is good because this is exactly what you guys will do when you get your Stamparatus. So If you notice in this photopolymer stamp, there's a little tiny triangle right there. It's a clear triangle, and on my stamped image is a clear triangle. It's kind of around his neck area and his ear and by his cheek. You want to take that little triangle and line it up into the triangle on your stamp, okay? And that's a little extra tip to help you line these up. So there we go. Happy with that. Press it down and so the Stamparatus picks it up. There we go. Make sure my paper cardstock is flat. Now I can ink up this image with my ink pad, and I'm just going to lay that over and press down firmly. Get all that nice ink on there. And then when I lift up, I've got my medium color. Love it. Now I just have to get my lighter color. And so these plates, this is the beauty of this Stamparatus. You can lift it up, turn it, and now I've got a new surface to mount another stamp. Same thing, I'm going to pull up this one, show you guys. It has a little triangle right there that I want to line up in that triangle on my image. So I'm going to come down here. I'm going to lay my stamp down, making sure that triangle ends up in that spot. And smidge my magnet over a little tiny bit, and I want to press that down so it makes contact with the stamp, and then I can lift up. Excuse me. And then I'm going to use powder pink as my lightest color. So now I'm just going to ink up that solid stamp. Make sure, because it's solid, that I've got lots of ink on there. And now, last step. Come in over top and press. And voila, there. Oh, you know what? It actually didn't stamp a little bit by the ear, but that's okay. This is one of the beauties of this Stamparatus, is you can do it again. Ink it up. And then I'm just gonna make sure I press right in close to that hinge and make sure I make contact with the cardstock. And there we have it, folks. Cute little bunny in shades of pink. Okay, so I'm just gonna set my Stamparatus aside. Oops. And I will clean up those stamps. Actually, I'm gonna leave them there because I might make a few more of these. This bunny is so cute. You can actually do it in blues or pinks or yellows or browns, all the different shades. What I'm going to do is I'm actually going to use my powder pink and sponge the edges of my cardstock. I love to sponge the edges. It just makes it softer. So I'm just going to hold my cardstock and dip my sponge and go all the way around the edges. It just makes that cardstock look really nice. A little bit of ink on the edges there. Okay, so there's my image. And what I wanted to do is bring in some gold. So I cut a scallop oval. Now this one won't mount very well. They're pretty much the same size. So to solve that issue, I'm gonna take my scissors. I'm gonna cut my gold scallop in half. I'm gonna add some adhesive. I'm using Fast Fuse adhesive to the top and bottom. I'm just gonna come in over top of my gold foil, and I just want a little bit of gold as an accent at the top. Okay, and then I'm gonna do the same with the bottom. Come in and just make a little bit of an accent, just helping this to pop out a bit. There we go, got a little gold on the top and bottom. I'm happy with that. So now what I want to do is bring in my card base. So I'm using a powder pink card base that measures 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. So it's actually 8 1/2, scored at 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. So I also have a layer of Berry Burst cardstock that I'm going to put on here as a mat. So I'm just going to go ahead and put some Fast Fuse on here and put that right in the center of my cardstock. And I have a piece of the, what is this called? Sweet Soiree? No, it's not Sweet Soiree. The name of the cardstock has just left me. Just give me 1 second. I'm just gonna pop over here. Take a look. What's it called? Printed Painted with Love specialty paper. Okay, sorry about that. This is one of our new designer series papers from the Occasions catalog, and it's called Painted with Love. It has lots of really fun images, nice brush strokes on one side, but all of the paper has gold accents. I don't know if you can see those gold hearts shining there. So all of the sheets have gold accents on one side, and then the other side is like this more really artistic painted image. So I'm going to be using this one with the gold heart as an accent. I'm going to put that right on top of my Berry Burst layer. Now the measurements for this, the Berry Burst layer is 3 3/4 by 5, and this layer of designer series paper is just 1/8 of an inch smaller, and it is 3 5/8 by 4 7/8. Okay, so now I'm ready to put my cute little bunny on my card. I'm just going to add dimensionals on the back. Peel off that wax paper backing. And just going to mount that right here. Oh, I love it. Love it. Okay, so now my card just needs a greeting. Now, the Sweet Little Something has Happy Easter, Hip Hop Hooray, Something for Your Little Someone, Sweet Little Somebody. So this is like, you could do Hip Hop Hooray for a birthday, or this could be a great Easter set, but you know what? It's not just an Easter set. You can use this for all kinds of things. Thinking of you. I always need birthday cards. Excuse me. So I thought about my Thoughtful Banner stamp set. Love, love, love this stamp set. It has all kinds of different greetings that you can totally put together. There's, you know, I love you, daughter. Happy graduation. Anything you can think of pretty much is in here. Congrats, celebrate. So today I'm going to make mine a birthday card. So I'm going to use happy and birthday. And of course this has a coordinating punch. This punch here, the Duet banner punch. So this punch is awesome because you actually get 2 layers. So what I'm going to do, I'm pulling in this photopolymer image here, this one with the stripes on the edges of the banner. And then I've also got my happy birthday on acrylic here. So I'm going to bring in my Stampin' Pierce mat, because you always want to have a nice cushioned surface when you're stamping with photopolymer. So I'm going to use Memento ink. Actually, I'm going to do my Berry Burst first. I'm going to do the banner first. So I'm doing the banner in Berry Burst. So I'm just going to move my things out of the way here. All right, so I've got my little scrap piece of white cardstock. It's going to stamp my banner. And then I have my happy birthday. So I've just got the happy on one side here, and I'm just going to stamp that right at the top, and then the birthday at the bottom. Okay, so there's my happy birthday greeting. So I'm just going to pull my cardstock into my punch here, and this one coordinates with the top shape. So I like to use my punches from behind so I can see exactly where I'm punching. Just pop that one out, and I'm just going to put some dimensionals on the back. Don't need my stamping pad anymore. Pull off the wax paper backing, and voila, there's my greeting. Now this cute card is cute by itself, but it needs an embellishment. So I brought in my white baker's twine, and I made a bow. Now what did I do with, oh, here we go. I just made a couple of small bows. I like to make bows in my spare time, and I stick them right on the glue dots, and that way I don't lose them. I know where they are and they're ready to go. So I like to use my paper piercer and come on in and pick up my bow, and I'm actually going to put this bow, I think, right here on her ear. She's going to be a little female bear. Isn't she cute? Love it. So there's my card for today. I hope you enjoyed my video, and I hope you'll subscribe to my YouTube channel and you'll come back and visit me soon. If you are in Canada and you would like to purchase any of the supplies you've seen in the video today, you can click on the link in the post or at the bottom of this video if you're on YouTube. I would love to send you a special thank you in the mail for your order. Thank you so much for joining me today. Take care.